Hi everyone, it's Judy. Welcome back to Rose Lane. Okay, today we're working on, but not finishing, the May design team project for Natalie for LineDotArrow. Yeah, oh my goodness, what a day yesterday. Yeah, I'll get into it later. But in any case, I did not get everything done that I would have liked to have gotten done yesterday. So I am down here today trying to work on it. So May will probably get finished the beginning of June, but it'll be close. Hopefully I'll do better with June. So anyway, this is what what I've done so far. Let me move this over. I'm going to try, this is really big. Like I said in the other video, this is basically 8.5 by 11 size for the journal. So what you would normally do is have a journal like this, this size, and these would be folded in half. So anytime I have a blank page, or basically a blank page, it's like having two pages, one on either side, one on the other. It's just a big page to write on. So I've done this and I've put these bigger pieces on, so I'm just going to flip, and this is what I've done on these pages. On some of these pages, where I've just torn a paper in half, I have some here, whichever. I may put some sort of an element on it. It's possible. I may just leave them plain. It just depends. These pages will be left plain. I'm hoping you can see. Let me move it over a little bit. I think you get more this way on the way the camera's set up. So these pages I would be leaving plain. These may be left plain. They may have something on them. So this is what we have. Sometimes I may put something on a full page as well. So this is what we've got at this point. And like I said, I've gilded all these edges. Now, when I'm done here, or shortly before I'm done here tonight, I am going to use something, because I was running out of I'm pretty much out of the gold that I used to go around these pages, and when I tried to get more, they didn't have it anymore. So I had to get something else, and since I do pretty much all my shopping online, I had to make a choice, and I wanted something that I could paint with, use a brush, rather than, I'm shaking it right now, rather than use my finger or something. So I got this liquid leaf. I don't know how well you see that, because I've got a new light over here to try to make it a little better for me. So I'm not doing a good job. Can I don't know. It's really not, I've got way too much glare on the bottle. But anyway, oh, that might be a little bit better. See, it says liquid leaf there. It is not the same color. It looks like the same color in here, but it looks darker to me. So I wanted to make sure that I had all of these pages done with the older gold that I had. And let me reach around here because my wire is here. This is what I had, was Tester's Craft Precious Metals, and this was 18 karat gold. So that's what I had, and it's pretty much empty. This is classic gold, and I'm not sure exactly how it's going to come out. So I wanted all these pages to be the same, because I'm going to go around the edge of every page. So these pages will all be gold edged, every page in the book. Even this, I'm going to go around again with this one, whatever it turns out to be. And whatever it turns out to be is what it is. So anyway, this is what we've got. So any of these pages here that you see that are blank are going to remain blank. They'll just have the gold leaf around. I'm even going to go down the center so that the whole page is framed. And then it's just going to be left blank for, I'll probably do some stenciling, maybe a little embossing. We'll see. Gold embossing. I've got a bunch of little things over here that's a possibility. So anyway, this is going to be one of the pages, excuse me, that we're working on today. And one of the other pages a little further back is going to be the other. This is the center. So this was one sheet that I cut in half, and this, rather than as I tore these, I did tear these at first and decided I really didn't like it. I couldn't and wouldn't follow that rough edge with the trim. And when I tried to put the trim straight, you could see pieces stuck out, pieces didn't. I was like, you know what? So I just cut them straight, and then I put this on here. So, but these are pockets. Okay, so let me grab. I'll grab over here because this is a little smaller stuff I'll be using for tags. So these are going to be pockets right here. Okay, not crazy about the way that goes, but you know, it is what it is. So these will be pockets in here. Probably shouldn't use the same paper. And so they'll tuck up this way and tuck down this way. Probably 3 sizes. I'll probably have a taller one, a medium one, and a shorter one. And the same thing here, a longer here, a middle, and then a short one down here. And then you can still journal underneath here. And again, all of this is going to be edged, even down the center with the gold. So these are my plans. Plans are subject to change, so don't hold me to anything. So we go on here. So this is going to remain blank as far as any other, you know, paper or element goes. And we go on here, 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 and here is the back. So that would be the inside back page. My cover is not done yet. I have plans for the cover, but right now we're going to go back and we're going to finish what I started here. So this is what I was thinking. I was thinking, because I do my best thinking when I'm falling asleep at night, as so many of us do. I'm going to scoot this over just to make sure that we're more in frame, because I know when I looked in the camera you could see more of this, I think, than you can see over here. So I was thinking corner pockets, right? We always put them in the corner, right? We put them there, we put them there, maybe up in the top if we want a top tuck. And I thought, what if we take them and do them this way? What if we took them and made a triangle on the page rather than a corner pocket, do it like this? So that's what I did. So what I did with this is, let me find a better one because that got a little marred. What this paper is, and I don't know if you're going to get a glare on this or not, you sort of will. You can see that it's kind of shiny. Okay, over here. And what I did with this is I took, let me reach over here. This is gold tissue paper, and I just decoupaged a sheet to the to a piece of cardstock. Okay, very thin cardstock, because I mean these to go behind tags or be pockets or whatever that I was doing before. So that's what this is. I was hoping to get more wrinkles in them for more texture. Unfortunately, many cases they came out really, really smooth. But anyway, so that's what this is. And a couple of these are popping up because I haven't glued that. I just glued along here. So I'll go back and I will glue those down. But for right now, we're just going to go ahead and glue these down. And what I did was I kind of spaced them out by eye. And then I just made little marks on my paper here, which I am meant to go in, but I'm just going to pull it down a little bit. Not so much for this one, but for this one on the bottom, because the other ones are covered. And I'm going to use my Fabri-Tac, or 3-in-1 actually is what this is. I'm going to put a little dot on there and then go down. So it gives me a minute to make sure it's straight. Okay, I can't stay on the cardboard. And so that's what I'm going to try to do there. I'm doing it by eye, and my eyes are not always very cooperative. So I want to just try to make sure. Now I'm hoping, I got to move that over, center it a little bit more, because I'm trying to line up the edges here, and I'm also trying to make it, you know, straight here. So we're going to do that, and let me get my little wipey thing so I can press this down. I'm trying to keep the glue off my hands because it just wreaks havoc. I'm not a manicured person. My hands are never well manicured. So my nails don't grow well, so I just, you know, I don't really try. But that being said, I'd really rather not have them being eaten alive by the glue, so I'm trying to keep more glue off my hands, if that's possible. So we're going to put that over there. And I have one more here, and that is going to go here. Now, I'm probably not going to embellish too much more than this, and I'm going to tell you why, or show you why in a second. So this one's going to go down here. So let's get this one. And I'm hoping that I will be able to finish this video. I'm not going to make it too long, and one of the reasons why is a little fearful because I usually put my phone on airplane mode when I'm filming, because if I get a phone call, it stops filming, and then I have to start again, and I can't start over with what I've done here. So we're just going to have to take what we've got. So keep your fingers crossed that nobody tries to call me before this is over. If they do and the video stops, I will put the video up anyway and just apologize for the abrupt ending to it, and I'll just turn it back on and continue on with another video, so we don't have to worry about I'm not too concerned about putting glue on all of these. I just want to put glue on the ones that don't want to stay down. And there's a couple. So let's try to get that one there. See if I can make them stay. I might have taken off too much glue when I pressed it. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're just going to move this over and let that dry. And we're going to work on the tags. So I've already cut these. So these were cut out of 4-inch squares. So I have the fourth one somewhere, but if you put them together, they make a 4-inch square, and I just cut them diagonally across from side to side. That's all I did. Okay, I took cards, and oops, I only cut 2. And I cut these at 3 3/4 inches. So I'm just gonna, I kind of do this funny off my lap most of the time because my workspace isn't all that big. So I'm not sure how this looks to you right now. But I'm just cutting this card down. So, okay, and I'm cutting this to 3 3/4 to fit in the 4x4 pocket, which is wider than that, of course, diagonally. So across, let me find my ruler. I seem to have misplaced my wooden ruler, so I'm sorry for the glare on this. Across these pockets from side to side are about 5.5 inches. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to put the cards in also. The tags are going to go in diagonally like this, and I may want to cut these down a little bit more. I want to put them all in. This one fits a little better. Where's my other one? You know, it just depends sometimes on where you put the glue. So I think I want to try to bring them down again. So let me get another 1/4 inch. I'm going to bring them down to 3 1/2 because I'd like them to come a little bit closer to the points on the pocket. The points on the card come a little bit closer to the points on the pocket. So let's try one at 3 1/2 and see what we think. There's one. Okay, 3 1/2. And let's see what we have here. This one I think was the most unruly. Yeah, that's better. See, it makes it look more like a diamond. It starts to follow the lines of the pocket below it. Okay, this one wouldn't have to go in quite so far, but that's fine. And then this one, I am going to take my bone folder and I'm going to try to lift these edges just a wee bit to give me, just get them down at the ends to give me a little bit more room in this pocket for this card. Okay, I can feel the glue at the bottom, so I'm trying to use the card to kind of push the glue down and take away the excess, which I'm not really coming away with anything, so I think we'll be okay. All right, I think we'll be all right. Okay, so obviously the gold is not part of Nathalie's kit. And I had said the other day that I had some peacock papers, and she has peacocks in here and there in her pages. So what I'm going to do is I am going to glue these to, these are the cards, I'm going to glue these to the peacock paper, and we're just going to use our tacky glue. So I have these peacock papers. I'm using this gold paper or card sort of that I made, and like I said, I didn't have gold card. I don't have a lot in the way of cardstock really, only what I use to kind of back tags and stuff like that. Still working on trying to get things, you know, different colors and stuff, but it gets pricey. So I can only only get what I can get as I can get it, and that I think is most of our issue. So what I'm going to do to try to make sure that this is straight is I'm going to match the tip to the tip, okay? So I'm putting this tip right up against the edge of the paper and this tip right up against the edge of the paper, and hopefully what that should do is give me the straight, I don't want it, you know, slanty. It should make it straight for me on the other side, so the peacock feathers aren't going, you know, in weird wonky directions. So let's hope that's the plan. So we have one, let's stick that over here and let that dry. We'll do another one, get this, put our glue on. So I hope everybody's having a nice weekend. It is amazingly cold here, though it is warmer today than it was yesterday. I am not used to May, you know, I'm kind of old. I've been around a little while, and I'm used to May being warm. Now I know I'm a Jersey girl, and you know, it's a little warmer down that way than it is up here on average, but I can remember a few years back, we've been here almost a year now, so about 2 years ago, I guess it was, in New Jersey on Mother's Day, it was freezing. They had the fireplace going in the restaurant where we went out to eat, my husband and my son and I and my brother-in-law. They had a fireplace going, and everybody was wearing their winter coats and scarves and gloves and hats, and it was rainy that day. Very, very rainy day, but I don't think it was much past, like, I don't know, 40 degrees. This was the middle of May in New Jersey. You're talking about, I don't know, at least 75, if not close to 80 sometimes. And yeah, it wasn't. So here we are on Memorial Day weekend, and yesterday I think we did not hit 50, and it was rainy and blustery and just felt more like February instead of, you know, February or March, early March, instead of the end of May. Now today it was a little drizzly, kind of cloudy here and there. I don't think there was very much sun to speak of, but it was a little warmer. I think we might have hit 60 today, but it's still pretty cold. My husband last night said to me, he goes, I am putting the heat on. I'm freezing, because we've had the air conditioner on. You know, we've had some beautiful days, weeks even, as is normal, I would think, for May. But these last couple days have been pretty cold. So, but they're expecting the temperatures to rise up into the 70s this week, and I think we're even going to supposed to hit, I'm just going to pull that tip down a little, maybe, you know, somewhere close to 80 or just a little above. So that's a good thing. Okay, so we're going to put these up here. I'm going to let those dry, get my little scissors, and I'm going to just cut these out. And then we're going to play a little bit with these. Nothing fancy. You know, I will get fancy things put in here, and, you know, gold trim and gold leaf, and, you know, it's already pretty fancy. I'm trying to make it look like a French palace without it being really, really overdone. And even however much I do, some people might still think it's a little overdone. But I'm trying to keep it somewhat simple, giving the impression, see, beautiful. Beautiful, perfectly straight. We're going to put these over here. I started my system with my box system, about a box for the decorative paper, a box for cardstock, and a box for tea and coffee stained or other color stained paper. I have like some pinks and stuff over in there because I thought that would be easier for me come the end of a project to sort it out and put it away without having to go through, you know, all this stuff. I'm trying, and I know there are people out there. My good friend Angela Kerr says she never throws anything away, not even a little bit, but my little bits are driving me up a wall. So I'm trying not to save the teeniest, tiniest little bits. I've just got a mountain of paper everywhere. So you move something and some pile falls over, it's just terrible. And so I'm trying to clean and organize. I know I've said this before, but I'm trying, and I want to keep these straight up, and then I'm going to show you what we're going to do with these once we're done with that. So I'm trying to do that and, you know, organize things and get my systems in place. So I do, you know, I brought these boxes home that you get file folders in if you know, work where, like I do, where I'll buy, you know, 50 or 100 file folders in a box. And, you know, we use them up pretty quickly because we make a lot of files with what we do. And so I came across the boxes and was about to throw them away. And I'm like, oh my goodness, you know, these are the perfect size for paper, obviously, because they hold file folders. So I just brought 3 pieces home and, you know, put them here on the far side of my desk over that way, where I can kind of toss things and reach them if I might have to stand up and, you know, get a few things, but it's not so bad. So I decided I would do this, and they're pretty flimsy. You know, they're not made real sturdy. So I figured, let me try the system first, and if I like it, I'll kind of tape them a little bit so they wouldn't collapse. You know, folding boxes will do that. And you know what? I don't want to use that one. I'm going to use this one. And then I'll paint them, you know, with a spray, and hopefully that'll be good. So what I'm doing here to keep it light, like I said, I very lightly tea stained these papers. I was looking for something white, but I really don't have anything like white right next to me. Oh, I do. This is like, well, this isn't copy paper, but it's white paper, so you can see. I think there's enough in frame that you can see. So they're just lightly tea stained, not a lot. On the edges of these pockets, I used fossilized amber, which looked kind of almost like a tarnished gold on it. So I liked that on there. But on these, I'm going to just to get rid of the white edges because they're dark and you're not going to see much ink, and I don't want it really distressed. I'm just going to use the antique linen on this. So that's what I'm doing here. And on these little guys. And then I do want to watch my time because I don't want to make this a terribly long video. But there is something else I want to at least begin, if not finish, probably just begin. I'll shut off the video and pick up again, you know, sort of where I left off, so you don't have to sit for a really long time with one video. Okay, did I do this one? I didn't. Okay, let's get this one back. All right. And these, I had bought these, like, you know, that I had that one that I was using with my vintage photo that got a little beat up, and I replaced it. And these I don't use that often, but when I do them, and I don't have it on this one for the antique linen, but there are, like this one, I had fossilized amber. I just wrote on them so I know what they were. Okay, I'm going to put this one back up here. And we are now going to take these pretty little ladies, you know what, who I'm also going to, I lost my, here it is. I just want to get around the edge of these guys too, just to get rid of the white edge a little bit. So that's that. So I'm hoping that many of you will be having, at least here in the US for a Memorial Day weekend, that you'll be having a really nice weekend. They're saying we should be relatively clear here, which is good, because we do a barbecue for the people in our center on the holidays through the summer. So Memorial Day, 4th of July, and Labor Day, for you US people who know what I'm talking about. Everybody knows 4th of July, though, no matter what country you're in, I think. We have barbecues. And, of course, we would hope that the barbecue, the weather would be fair. So this is what we're going to do here. We're going to line this up. This is what I try to do so that I try not to get too much ink on my fingers. And it helps me with the placement at the end. I want to bring this down just a wee bit. Okay, I think that's all right now. I just have to be careful. I flip it over, find my pencil, and I just draw lines and, you know, along the edges here of where the card is. I don't glue there, and then it helps me to put the card that's straight up. Okay, so that's how I want it. Like that. Okay, so I'm going to just put a little T right there, and the reason why I'm not too worried about that is because we are going to put a hole in there and put some champagne colored eyelash trim for the topper, you know, the top part of the tag, which is not right here, so I'm going to have to run over to my drawer and get it. It's behind me. So put that on here. And all I do, all these little threadies, is line this up with those lines, which should be relatively like that. I'm just going to try to press it down. It is slippery glue, so try to press it, and then I'm going to try to move it. Just put it over here to dry, and we're going to do the next one. So this is the top for this one. And then we're going to try to line this up. This one seems to be a bit bigger than the other. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. I'm just sort of trying to get the triangles about the same size. So let me see. Okay, that appears to be relatively okay. Let's get our lines down. And I normally do a lot of this off camera because I didn't think a lot of people would be terribly interested. But there seems to be several of you who really want to see the process. You know, maybe not the inking or all the just plain old fussy cutting. Like I said to one of the ladies, she said, I don't mind watching you fussy cut. And I was like, well, a little's okay, but I don't think you'd want to see me just sit here for an hour and fussy cut. So at least that's what I was thinking. So anyway, I'm trying to do more of the process on camera rather than wait for what I think you might find more interesting. Apparently, everybody seems to think the process can be interesting. So, and a lot of what I do, oftentimes, I'm doing for the first time. So, and I guess I just, you know, I don't want to bore you with my trying to work it out if it doesn't work and I make mistakes, and then it's kind of, it's like, well, do they really want to sit and watch that? But yeah, I guess you're all okay with that. I dropped my pencil. I'm trying to see where oh, I see it. Hang on one second. Okay, there we are. Had to get into one of those places, you know. All right, let's lift that one up. And this seems to be taking off her face, which is interesting. I don't know why that would be. So I'm gonna have to try to, I think I can fix that. That shouldn't be too much of a problem. All right, let me do this. I'll put this down. I don't know how that's gonna be for you, having white right there, so. All right, so we're going to try doing this one from the front. I got something hanging off my fingers. Okay. Okay, I think that'll be okay. I think what my problem was with the other one was there was just a little too much glue on that one. So I'll try to be a little lighter on this one and not have so much glue because I made it too wet, but I think I can touch her up, which won't be too much of a problem. Only if I can hold on to things. Okay. Did I say I was going to use less glue? So why don't I? All right. I'm confused. Okay. Let's just do that. And then we'll pick that up. We'll press her from the front. Okay. Now what I'm going to try to do for her is, I'm going to just run behind me and get some paintbrushes. I'll be right back. This is my process, guys. Alright, let's see what I have here. What? I have all sorts. I think we're going to go with these. Maybe this one. I'll close this up later. All right. So what I'm going to try to do here for her, and I'm going to move this over, is most of where my problem seems to be. I'm just going to put a little bit of this ink down if I can get some onto here. I don't know if I can get some onto here. Let's see. I have this ink refresher, which I've been using with my, what do you call it? Just try to pick up some ink from the corner here. I may be a little off camera, but I'm just going to see if I can add a little bit of the ink. That's not really working. All right, what other color? I'm thinking. This is my process. See, you wanted to see the process. All right, some more ink. All right, I have you. Oh, I know what else I have. If I can find it. That's it. Okay. We'll use these since this one's going to be stubborn. All right, let's move that over there. Let's clean this up. Dry this up. And let's see if I can work on this. This is the scattered straw. I'm going to put a little of that down, and I can see that one. I don't need a lot. And I'm going to use a little bit of the Victorian Velvet. If I mess it up, I'll just get another picture. I'm not going to worry too much about it. Just give myself a little squirt here, not much. And I'm going to mix these guys together. And let's see if I can just, I think this will work. I'm just going to go over some of the spots. I'm more concerned about her face than anything else. I'm making her wet, but I think this will work. I can see the color going on, but of course I'm putting water on it. So we'll see what happens with that. I'll just put her to the side. I don't know what that, oh, that was one that I didn't know what this one was. All right, let's wipe this up. I'll just wipe this brush with my paper towel and I'll wash it out later. All right, and we'll get these guys back here, just out of the way. Okay, so let's get these just snipped off. And like I said, I'm not sure just how much I might try to embellish, how much more. I'll go through, you know, as I'm getting things more complete, I will decide if I think it needs a little bit more. So that's what we're going to do. It's not going to be a lot with that. I'm still going to cut this one just to put her in and get it, you know, kind of out of the way. And I can either go back and try to touch it up again as her face dries, or just get another picture. That is not a problem. So, all right, let's get this one off. I'm going to put the hole in, and then I'm going to ink everything. All right, let me get my glue book on top of my hole punch. I know I said I'm trying to organize, but okay. So we're going to do this here. I'm hoping I am in frame for you. And then I'm just going to put these together to try. Oh, that explains a lot. That's why she didn't fit. What didn't I cut down? I only cut one down? Look at this. Can you see this? Look at that. I don't know what I did, but they're all going to be this size now. Let's see, because that's the small one. Oh, I like that. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. This should be interesting. Oh my. Yeah. All right, let's see what happens if I try to do this one. I'm gonna try, this is not gonna be easy. I think what I'm gonna try to do, I'm gonna put this up just so that you can see what I'm trying to fix here. You may end up seeing my head in this once in a while, and I apologize. You see, I did this one, I did cut this one. I don't know where I cut the other ones. I thought I cut them all at 3.5. Okay, these are still at 3 3/4. Now I have them on here. See, they're still at 3 3/4 right there. And I just put the hole in this one. So I think what I'm going to have to do to try to make this even is, if I'm going to make them 3.5, I'm going to take try to take just 1/8 of an inch off that one, because it's several layers all the way around. So I need to bring that, come on, there. Okay, and then this one, and I'm hoping now, oh, I already did that side. All right. Okay, let me measure. Looks like I'm still gonna need this side, but let me see. Yeah. That's 3 5/8. 3 5/8, 3 5/8, and 3 5/8. Actually, that one, yeah, 3 5/8. All right, so I still have to come down 3 5/8 is here. So I am still there. So I need to come, I really only want to do part of that because I want to try to do it evenly from all sides, I think. Okay. I wouldn't be too concerned so much, except that I've just put this hole in this one. Just a hair more. Come on. There you go. And I'm trying not to lose the hole. So I'm going to go there. All right, that one's already there. All right, let's see what I have. This one's got to go. Okay, there we are. Okay, let's see. That looks not bad. The hole's a little off, but I can fix that. Okay. And okay. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move this hole over just a smidgen. The eyelet, I think, will still be okay. Let me get rid of these guys. Okay, now this one's going to be a little bit easier because this is the other big one, right? No, this is the small one. Do it right. Okay, this is the other big one. All right, so I want to go, I'm at 3 3/4. I want to go to 3 1/2. So I'm going to take off 1/8 of an inch all the way around. 1, 2, well, that didn't do right. Yeah, 3 1/4. Okay, so where am I? I'm good there. I need to be here. I'm looking at how much of a triangle I have, or you know, this space here compared to up here. Okay, oops, that one didn't quite go all the way through, so let me get my scissors. There we go. I can trim that a little better. You can see this is wide, 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 narrow. So that is where I am going on that narrow one. And I'm going to take that one off, and that's good. All right, let's get rid of this and this, trying to keep my desk clear if I can. All right, put this back down here. And let's get the holes in here. I was going to line it up, but now I'm just doing it by eye. And this one, for other pictures, these are also not from Nathalie's kit, but I just thought the women with all of this feathers and flowers and birds, I thought looked really pretty. So I decided that I would just get some pictures of women from the 1700s, from the 18th century. So that's what these are. And I'm going to go over here and I'm going to grab my, I think I don't know which one I want. I think I want this one. Yeah, I think I want this one. Let me see if I have any blue, but I don't think I do. So we're going to have to work with this color. Okay. So this is what I have. We're going to use this. I think I'm going to double it. I think I am. Okay. That may be longer than I need, but that's all right. Trying to put this through these holes is like a nightmare for me. Okay, let's see. I gotta find my eyelets. Here we are. Grab these guys out. I want the ones that are loose on the bottom. 1, 2, 3. I should probably do gold, but I don't think I have enough to, no, I only have a few gold in there. I don't really have enough to do them, so we're gonna have to go with the bronze. Mostly you don't see them anyway, the eyelets. So let's get this guy in here. All right. Oh, you know what? Before I do that, I wanted to ink. Yes, I did. And this is probably not going to show too much. Actually, it's not so bad. Eyelash shedding all over. Okay, so I'm inking these guys. So for anybody out there, well, I was going to say for anybody out there who thinks that everybody does everything perfectly, you can see that you don't. There's always mistakes, or almost always mistakes. Now I can only speak for myself, and I'm not near as experienced as some of these wonderful, incredibly talented women that are out there doing this. Maybe they don't. Or maybe they do, but every once in a while. But I make multitudes of mistakes in every project that I've got to figure out either how to fix it or how to remedy it somehow, or just do it over so that it's right. So, yeah, but yeah, mistakes happen. And I have heard other ladies say, it's handmade. That's part of the thing. Not that you try to make mistakes, but it's handmade. And if something isn't perfectly perfect, it's okay. Get rid of this little guy. So yes, I've got this new light that I'm hoping, it's helping me amazingly to be able to see what I'm doing. Didn't think it would make that much of a difference, to tell you the truth. I really didn't think much about it. Why I wanted it, I have it over here shining below the phone, is because the phone sits, of course, between me and the ceiling light, and it always leaves a shadow on the videos. You can kind of see the shadow. You see a dark spot, a dark area, a darker area. So it was kind of just bothering me, and I kept wanting to bring this lamp down and put it up. It's not a lamp that I would normally have, but it's on a pole, and you can adjust the lights, and that's just a little contemporary for my taste. I'm much more traditional, country, old-fashioned kind of decor. So I'm going to do this off camera because with my hands I have to use my legs as well. So, all right, that's one up there. Get these little fellas in. I don't think you can see me putting these in, but just so that you're not staring at anything, just blank. All right, there's that one. One day I'm going to learn how to do these nicely. You would think it wouldn't be so hard. And I see some of them. I really do think it depends on who makes the eyelets. I really do. I think, I can't really say it's from my experience because I haven't gotten any eyelets yet that have ever really worked. So I can't really say that. But I'm thinking that's probably what it is, because some people do them so easily and they come out so well, and then people like me get them kind of mashed and mushy and whatever. Make sure I've got the 2 loops open. There we go. I think. Come on, Oh, I see what I'm doing. I'm trying to do it backwards. All right, so I'm just going to pull that in here. And this is really much longer than I want it to be. So I've got it here. So I think that's where I'm going to try to cut it. And it's amazing. They're everywhere. Okay. All right, so we're going to put one of these guys in here. And I will probably go around the edges or something with gold or add a little lace or something. I'm not sure. So let's try her. Like I said, this is not, gotta find the end of this. This is not my normal kind of thing that I would, would regularly do. I think that'll be long enough, hopefully. So I'm thinking outside the box here with the, the diamonds and the, well, some kind of diamonds and, glitzier, fancier kinds of things. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. With a lot of the gold. And I'll just put her to the other side like that. Oh, I must have cut this somewhere along the way. That's okay. So yeah, I'm really a little out of my comfort zone with it, but that is what I thought of when I saw this kit. My heavens, it's like I have a big dog down here. It just reminded me of the tapestries in palaces, more kind of like France, because the colors were more vibrant and not darker backgrounds, but the lighter, the lighter kinds of things. It just reminded me of something you might see in Versailles. So that's what gave me the, I think I'm going to trim this one a wee bit. Just make a mess. All right, let's get rid of some of this. All right, and that one, I just have to open that. Okay. I'll probably be picking these things out like Christmas tree needles. You know how you never seem to get them all after you clean them up? So that's what we have. We have these ladies here on this page. I'm going to just check my time, see where we are. Oh my goodness. Okay. That's where we're going to stop on this one. I'm at like 52 minutes here. So we're going to stop here on this one. I'm going to shut the camera off and I'm just going to restart to do a second video. So this one will go up first and then in a couple days I'll put the other one up so you can watch that process. Okay. Bye for now, everybody. I'll see you in a minute.